Hey everyone, this is Maddie, one of the naturalists here at Gulf Branch Nature Center, bringing you this week's 5-minute find. Today we're out and about in the park here at Gulf Branch, and I'd love to share with you some Bess beetles that I found hanging out under a log. Give me 1 minute, as always, to get the camera turned around, and we'll do some exploring together. Hey everyone, so here we are next to the trail. We've actually turned over a log that's here in the park to see what's happening underneath. And what we have going on is that we found some Bess beetles, or patent leather beetles. These big black beetles that live in logs, and they're going to live in logs for a couple of reasons. One reason is that they are protected when they're living in the log. They dig or create these galleries or channels in the dead wood and just kind of hang out in that dead wood where they're protected from larger animals that might want to eat them, or even extreme temperatures, right? The wood provides sort of a constant moist environment for them to hang out in. Another reason that they're going to live in dead and decaying wood is because that's what they eat, right? They're going to eat dead wood from branches and logs of oaks and hickories and elms and other trees you would find in the forest. And by eating that dead plant material, they actually take the nutrients that are in that dead plant material and return it to the soil, which is amazing. So once those nutrients have made their way back into the soil, the living plants that are in the forest have those nutrients available to grow big and strong. The final reason that Bess beetles are going to hang out in logs is that this is where they have and raise their young. So they are unique in the insect world in that they do care for their young. There are not a ton of insects that do that. A pair of Bess beetles will actually lay eggs inside a log and then tend to the larvae. Sometimes even the older siblings will help tend to the larvae by feeding those larvae, protecting them, and caring for them. They're fed a mix of dead plant material, a little bit of fungi, and then secretions from the adult Bess beetle's body. So you can think of it sort of in the same way we think of baby birds being fed by their parents. Baby Bess beetles are fed by their parents as well. So I've got a Bess beetle here in my hand, and you can see that they are most definitely insects. They have these 3 body parts, right? The head, the thorax in the middle, and then the elongated abdomen, which in their case is covered with a pair of wings because they are beetles, although they don't fly very often. They're much more likely to walk or crawl. You can see these beetles are trying to make their way back under the log. I think they're feeling pretty exposed right now. So I would say best practices if you're going to roll over a log to see what's living underneath is always to roll that log back over when you're done and return it to the same place where it started so that any creatures that are living in it have the opportunity to go back to where they were and remain protected. Some things that we can do to help Bess beetles and other detritivores and decomposers are to just let the dead things stay, right? If you have your own yard and you've got a tree that's fallen or branches that have fallen, go ahead and let those branches and logs just stay on the ground so that creatures like Bess beetles have food to eat and can do that good work of returning nutrients to the soil. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for tuning in for this week's 5-minute find. We will see you next week. Take care.